I'm Terry Kellums. I go live each day at 2 o'clock Arizona time to talk to you about digital marketing, answer your questions, and all the things. I was just looking at some past content on my profile and realized that I started doing this at the beginning of June, going live that is, as a way to kind of challenge myself. I was talking to some other women who are in digital marketing, and they were saying that they felt uncomfortable going live, and I said, well, I'm going to do it for a week. I'm just going to challenge myself to do this for a week and see how it goes. Today is the 18th, so I've been doing it about a month and a half. I actually kind of like it now. I'm liking that I'm doing this every day as part of my work activities. So today I want to talk to you about 5 reasons why you may want to consider digital marketing as a way to earn income online as a midlife woman. I made some notes so I don't get off track today. It is monsoon season here in Arizona. I live in southern Arizona. We are having a very active monsoon season. And while we're grateful for the rain, it is kind of throwing a wrench in some of our life right now. Like our big dog, who is a lab and chow mix that we rescued in 2014, I believe. So he's a little older, but we call him old man because all he wants to do is lay around and sleep. But he's very afraid of these storms. So in the middle of the night, we were having a thunderstorm, and he just barged right in our bedroom. And he's not really allowed in our bedroom because he sheds terribly, and I'm allergic to dogs. I know, we have 3 dogs, and I'm allergic to dogs, but that's a story for another day. So anyway, he barged in our room. So then I had to take him, back out of the room. And once you start doing that kind of stuff in the middle of the night, it's like you're awake, right? It takes a little bit to get back to sleep. So I had interrupted sleep last night, and then my husband was awake at 4:09 a.m. saying, come on, let's get up and have coffee. No one should have to wake up at 4:09 a.m. if they don't have to go to work, right? I could have just slept in. It would have been great. But that just reminds me of what I wanted to talk to you about today, which is, having that flexible work schedule. So that's number 1, is having that flexible work schedule so that when you have an instance where, maybe you're not feeling well and you wake up in the middle of the night, maybe you have a night of insomnia like a lot of midlife women do. Maybe you're still in the stage where you're, getting really warm at night and you're just not sleeping good. And being able to schedule your work when it works for you is so life-changing. I've worked at home for a few years now, and I like that I can schedule my activities for the best times of day for me. For example, tomorrow morning, hello there. Tomorrow morning, I'm taking my car in for an oil change at 8 o'clock. So I'm just shifting things around a little bit to make that 8 o'clock oil change appointment for my vehicle. And I like to do things a little more energy, like a little higher energy things in the morning, because once I'm past the 4:09 a.m. coffee with my husband and he goes off to work at about 6, then my caffeine starts to kick in, and then I got a lot of energy to do stuff. I've been doing stuff around here all morning. We are in the middle of moving, so I forgot to turn off the lights today. I usually try to turn off the lights. That very annoying light thing is right behind me. But I like to do a lot of high energy activities in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I like to meditate, and then I like to do my sit-still activities. What I call my sit-still activities are generally creating content, going live. I go on and I post ads on free websites to drive people to my content that I create. I have a YouTube channel. You can find me at Terry Kellums. Go over there and subscribe to support me. That would be great because you need 50 subscribers to go live on YouTube, and that is my goal right now. I really want to get to 50 subscribers, and I have 11. It's slow growing over on YouTube. YouTube is what we call the long game. Like you're not going to grow fast. If you want to grow fast, maybe go over to TikTok or stay here on Instagram. YouTube is not a fast growing platform as far as subscribers go. I looked at my old podcast YouTube channel the other day, and I had 46 subscribers. And I was so tempted to try to repurpose that one for my digital marketing, but I thought, no, you know what? I want to do this authentically. I want to do it like just anybody else would do it that's coming in. I don't want to take any shortcuts. So here I'm sitting at 11 subscribers. So anyway, so the flexible work schedule to do the activities that are income producing activities when it works for you. If you're a morning person, if you're an afternoon or an evening person, it doesn't matter. You do this business when it works for you. Okay, so my next, my second point that I wrote down here or typed up here is the automations. No matter what you decide to do, if you want to earn money online, make sure that it can be automated, because that is the key to keeping to that 2-hour workday. So you do your income producing activities when it works for you, like I was just talking about, and then you're driving people to your content, and then your automations take over. So it's kind of cool when you wake up in the morning and you get an email saying that you made a sale overnight, right? Would that be pretty cool? So that's the benefits of, having the automated systems is you don't have to sit and stress when you need to take a morning off to go get your oil changed and you want to schedule your content creation a little bit later in the morning, or even if you want to take an entire day off, that's up to you, but your system is still going to be there. The content that you put out on YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, obviously Instagram, it's there. And it's still driving people to your content. It's still driving people to check out your link and check out your information. You're also creating an email list. So as your system is working for you and you're collecting emails, you can use that email list to do other things. We know plenty of people in our community that sell affiliate products, and they use their email only to sell the affiliate products. They don't ever talk about them on their digital marketing channel. They only talk about them in emails. So they've built up an email following, a loyal following. Hi there, nice guy. Nice to see you on here. All right, so we're talking about the five reasons why you might want to start an online business and the benefits of it today. So I snuck this one in here because I was thinking about the other day. I had the opportunity to go into Tucson and get a massage, and I went and had lunch at my favorite place. I love poke. I don't know if you've ever tried. Let me know in the comments if you ever tried poke. It's kind of like sushi, but I think of it like this, like the Chipotle of sushi, because you go in and you kind of like pick your stuff as you go down the line. And so I was able to spoil myself that day. I went to Costco. It was really nice, and I thought, sometimes when people talk about visualization, like they talk about what their perfect day. Oh, you have to try it, nice guy. Where do you live? Because I'm thinking it's probably very location dependent. Like a bigger city is probably going to have more options. We don't have anything like that in my little local town I live in. I have to drive far for it. But every time we go somewhere where it's a bigger city, we make sure to grab some poke. It's really good. Okay, you live in Illinois. That's where I grew up. What part of Illinois do you live in? I grew up right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin. Crazy. Okay, so I was thinking about people who visualize their perfect day. That's one of the exercises I learned in my coaching certification program is suburbs of Chicago. Okay, so you've heard of Rockford. I lived north of Rockford, right on the border. Oh, near Aurora. Okay. All right, Chicago has so many suburbs. It's crazy. I heard you guys are getting a lot of rain in Illinois right now. I have a friend that I was talking to this morning. She said you're getting so much rain there. We're getting a lot of rain for our monsoon season down here too. But nothing like when I was growing up in Illinois. I remember you had to plan everything around the weather. So I was thinking about visualizing my perfect day and what would that look like? And what would be some of the things if I decided to indulge? Like what would be some of the things I would do? And it's a fun exercise to do, to think about your perfect day. And if you're going to do it, I really encourage you to think about using all of your senses to do it. So if you're if you believe in manifestation, like if you're trying to manifest something in your life, like the brain is so smart. The brain says, okay, what are you talking about? And there's almost like a filing system in the brain. And the brain goes, okay, what are you talking about? Okay, I don't see anything relevant to that. So that's why you do visualization, and you really try to evoke all your senses so that, like one of the practices I did was walking out of our new home that we're building and seeing these beautiful flower beds that I want to grow and smelling them, right? And then grabbing my favorite coffee beverage, a latte, and going out and sitting on the patio, and the taste of the latte and the smell of the flowers and the smell of the coffee, and then my dog sitting next to me and, giving my dog some cuddles. Like, you just picture the whole thing. And then the next time that you're trying to actually, really think that thing could actually possibly happen in your life, your brain's like, oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. And so you can't, have you ever heard anybody say you can't go somewhere in the real world that you've never been in your mind? That's what they're talking about, like visualization. So think about the extra income and what you might do to spoil yourself. It's not currently raining, but it did storm a couple of days ago with tornadoes. Oh gosh, that's scary. I remember that as a kid. Like, the sky would turn crazy colors, and I moved to Arizona the second time in 2010, so I've lived here a while. So we don't really have tornadoes. We have microbursts, which are kind of scary, but no tornadoes, so stay safe. But yeah, think about those things that you might, use to spoil yourself with. And so that would be something that you could use the extra income that you earn online. Okay, number 4, which this is probably been one of my favorite things about midlife. So I started my podcast when I was, I was in the path playing games. I remember those days. Go down to the basement, tip over the couch and hide behind it. Stay safe from the tornadoes. When did I start my podcast? So it had been, I think, 5 years? No, 3 years? Oh my gosh, I'm losing track of time. I was around 51 maybe when I started my podcast. And I've talked about this before, how challenging, like, learning the technology was for me at that point in life. And I made it so hard on myself. I built up how hard this is, and got so frustrated so often. And then one day it just clicked. And I was so proud of myself for, trying something new in midlife and not being afraid, just going for it. And, the digital marketing has been a very similar experience for me. I already was an active Facebook user. I switched over to Instagram when life got kind of crazy over on Facebook, and the people that I knew and loved were kind of being mean to each other. And I was like, I need a break from this. I'm going over to Instagram for a while. And I kind of stayed here. I never really fully went back to Facebook very much. I go over there once in a while. I've been trying to be a little more active there, but I've experienced creating reels and creating content for my podcast, but this has been a whole new thing for me. I'm on Twitch, Insta, and YouTube, and it's kind of hard. What do you mean Twitch? Is Twitch hi there, thanks for joining. Is Twitch another social media platform? I don't think I've heard of that one. YouTube, everybody is saying YouTube is where it's at for content. And let me tell you, I was in a group chat this morning, people talking about Instagram, and it's kind of scary that they're shutting down accounts, and they're saying that you're not following guidelines for some of the silliest thing. This woman was saying that she put a green heart on her post, on a comment on someone's post, or something about a green heart. I just remember that part. And they said she violated community guidelines, and it's just kind of scary, Oh, you're on there for the games. I know my stepson is always on YouTube. Okay, live streams. Gotcha. I could probably learn some things, right? I'm still learning all the time. But it is very empowering in midlife to learn new skills. And I am always so impressed when it's kind of both. Like, when I go to the gym and I see the older than me generation showing up at the gym and trying to stay strong and trying to stay healthy, it's so impressive, right? But also, I'm super impressed with the younger generation who it's so much easier for them to stay fit and trim. I smushed that into one word, fin. To stay fit and trim, because they have, youth on their side, but there they are, they're showing up. And I love it if I get an opportunity to talk to one of those younger people and say, you'll never regret this. You'll never regret taking care of yourself. You'll never regret going to the gym and being strong and being healthy. You will never regret it. It gets so much harder in midlife to try to start something new, whether you're starting a business online and you're a little bit, tech weary and you're afraid that you won't be able to handle the tech end of things. I can reassure you that you can. We make it so easy. And, doing the reels and creating the content, that just gets easier and easier and easier. It's one of those things, like, the more you do it, like, imagining, like, when you learn to cook, or what would be another really good example? But I think, like, when you learn to cook, I remember when I was younger, learning to cook, like, I would sit there and, have to study the recipe, every line of it. And then as I, became a more experienced cook, I was like, you know what, I don't like that ingredient. I'm going to put this ingredient in there instead. I'm going to add some different seasonings and spices to this. And so learning something new in midlife, although it may not be as easy as it was when we were younger, you will feel so good about yourself and so empowered to learn new things as a midlife person. I'd love to know if I have some midlife people that are enjoying tech, because I'm enjoying learning new things in the tech world, and it's not going anywhere, right? So I had written down some numbers. E-learning has just really taken off since the pandemic and shows no signs of slowing down. In 2019, it was a $950 million industry per year. So 2019, $950 million. In 2023, it became $1 billion per day. Hello there, thanks for joining. So from 2019 being $950 million to 2023 being $1 billion per day. And they're projecting it to be $3 billion per day by 2027. $3 billion. So it's an industry that's not going anywhere. So, remember, well, maybe some of you don't remember, but I remember when we had to start wearing seatbelts, like when seatbelts became a law. And it was so hard for people. It was so hard for people to get into that habit. And now we all just get in our cars and put on our seatbelts, So you love tech, but you're not midlife. That's okay. How old are you, Brandon? Brandon. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sorry if that's rude. I'm 54. I'm not ashamed. I'm a 54-year-old woman, enjoying life, enjoying midlife. But yeah, something that starts out seeming to be a little inconvenient or hard or challenging. You're 58. You don't consider that midlife, do you? I guess. I wonder what most people consider midlife to be, because I'm kind of thinking it starts at like 40 and goes to like 60. Isn't that midlife? Like 40 to 60? I think you're playing. You're 16. Oh, you're funny. But you like tech. I can see that your generation definitely likes tech. So, in learning new things in midlife, don't be shy. Don't shy away from them. And number 5. Oh my gosh. You're 14, nice guy. Thanks for following me, you two. Really, thank you for following me. I appreciate you. Number 5 on my list today is just like the community and the support that you get. Because, it's harder when you're in midlife and your kids are grown. And like me, I moved somewhere new, and it's hard to find the time, the energy after working. It's hard to find the time to find a community sometimes. And that's why we all love social media so much, right? Is we can go on Facebook and search and find a group for almost anything that we're interested in. It's really neat when I became a podcaster, it was really neat that I all of a sudden made all these friends in the podcasting world. I had a whole new group of people I would have never otherwise met had I not become a podcaster. I met people all over the world to interview. I met authors and doctors and Reiki specialists and just so many people. So don't shy away from the community that comes with our program. Get involved. Get to know people. You can make some new besties and share ideas. And we're not competing with each other. We're all in this, and there's plenty for everybody. And the support that you get for being part of a community like this. So this is the digital growth community. And We have 4 products that we sell, and they're 100, 300, 600, 900. Our $900 one is our most popular program. When you buy the program, you have automatic rights to turn around and resell it for 100% profit. You can meet so many other gamers and podcasters. Oh, okay, so I need to check that. I need to check that out. Where's my pen? I'm gonna write that down. Thank you, nice guy. You are a nice guy. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you. Okay, so our program has we have 4 different things to offer inside our program. Our $900 one is the most popular. You get immediate rights to sell it at 100% profit. And so you have a 2-hour workday, you have community support, you have flexibility in your schedule, extra income to spoil yourself, your grandchildren, your husband, whoever you want to spoil. You've got the community supports, you have the flexible schedule with an automated system. If you're interested and you don't want to wait for me to send it to you, you can always find the link over in my profile, or just simply comment or DM the word free to me and I will be happy to send it over to you. We recently had a free webinar, so if you're interested in being notified for our next free live webinar where you can ask all the questions to our program creator, send me a DM with your email and I will make sure you get the link for that one as well. So that's all I have for you today. I come live at 2 o'clock Arizona time, Monday through Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. So I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys.